Hello everyone, in this video we're gonna do a training for the shoulder joint and the rotator cuff, but you will see that is a really complex kind of training. It's just not like the normal trainings when we train for strength and we train for growing our muscles, because here we really need to be more conscious about how we are going to do the movement and also the right activation of our body. So before starting with the workout, I would like to explain you some things which are really important to do the exercises correctly. The muscles that we use to lift weight are not necessarily the same muscles that keep your shoulder joint stable and that allow your shoulder joint to move correctly. And in this training, we want to work on that. We want to work on shoulder stability and the correct shoulder joint movement. Before starting the workout, I want to make some exercises as example with you so that you can really feel and see how when we are doing some movements that are going to our limit of the range of movement, our body starts compensating using another parts of our body to try to reach the point that we want to reach. And we are gonna use a broomstick or whatever you have. It could also be a towel. And then at first, I just want you to bring the stick over your head as high as you can and try to push it also back. You can see that if I only do the movement like this and I don't really think about what I am doing, I will arch my back. Why is this happening? Because my body is compensating, because I cannot open more my shoulder, so I arch my back to reach more to that direction. So I will do it again like this. I will be here and then I feel my shoulders are actually not opening anymore. So what do? I compensate and I go like this, okay? And this is what we don't want to do in this kind of exercises, because then we are not trying to open the shoulder anymore, we are just arching our back. So it's different to do it that way than really engaging your core and not allow your body to move here and try to really focus only on your shoulders here. And when you feel you cannot go anymore, you're gonna make sure to engage your core and you're gonna push it a bit more. But you can see how now it is only my shoulders that keep moving and not other parts of my body. So this is the way how these exercises in this video work. We really need to be conscious about how we are moving our body to not compensate. The moment we are allowing our body to compensate in the exercises, then you can be doing these exercises for years. It's not gonna give you that many benefits. Now I'm gonna give you another example of how it's different to just lift weight and move your body in a certain specific way. For example, just get the broomstick or whatever stick you have. Usually I like to do this with a little bit more of weight, but obviously if you are training at home, maybe you don't have extra weights. But usually I like to do it with 5 kilos dumbbells. What you're going to do as first is just grab the stick this way and then you are just gonna lift it like this. When we do this naturally without thinking about the movement, it's obviously not a problem because it's not so much weight at all. But when we do it without thinking really about the movement, you will see how my elbows go a little bit out in the middle and then they come in again. That's natural and that's also okay. It's not that it's wrong. But what is going on? When our elbows go out like this, we are going a little bit into an internal rotation of the shoulder. And if we want to train the external rotation of the shoulder, we need to keep our elbows in. So now I want you to grab the broomstick like this and keep 90 degrees as much as possible here in the elbow and push your elbows in. So you're gonna grab the stick a little bit wider than shoulder width and your elbows will be always in. Try to overdo it like this and try to keep them like this. Here I am still more or less 90-degree angle here. I push them in, push them in, push them in, and you will see how it gets really hard here to keep them all the way in. And I am even starting to compensate a little bit on my back, and you don't want to do that. So you need to engage your core and don't allow this to happen. So I go again, engage my core, push my elbows in like this, and I want to go up without arching my back and without letting my elbows go out. And when I come down, I immediately put my elbows in again. So you can see how only because we are thinking about the external rotation of our shoulder, something simple as just getting a broomstick from here to here can get harder. So, and the last thing I just want to mention about some movements of the shoulder blade or scapula is what is known as protraction. It's a scapula abduction. So when we want to push our shoulders to the front like this, like in the cat position in yoga, you push your shoulders to the front. This is a protraction. And when we push them back, like in the cow position in yoga, we are talking about a retraction or a scapula abduction. So just have that in mind. This is protraction when we push the shoulders to the front, and to the back is retraction, because I'm gonna be mentioning these two words in the video so that you know what I'm talking about. And also these movements are really important actually when we are lifting weight or when we are doing body weighted exercises like dips, like push-ups and like pull-ups. And many people don't really take the care of these movements as it is actually needed, and then you don't have good form in those exercises. So it's really important that you can do those movements in the correct way. So guys, all what you need for this workout are some yoga blocks, but you can also use some books, for example, then a broomstick or any other stick, or even a towel and a chair. I'm going to start in the beginning with some stretching exercises to try to open up more our shoulders, and then we're gonna go to more active exercises. Okay guys, for our first exercise, you're gonna close your fist, you're gonna put it this way on the floor, and then you're gonna try to slowly go to the front to try to open up more your shoulder into this direction. But it's really important that you don't think about arching your lower back like this. Your lower back try to stay as much as neutral as possible, but in your upper body you want to open a little bit your chest like this, but without arching your lower back. So we are gonna start in 10 seconds. We're gonna have 40 seconds where we're gonna go to the position for around 3 seconds, then come back and repeat. So you are here, try not to rotate your body, try to keep it straight. I go up this way, push out my chest, 1, 2, 3, and come back, relax a little bit, and go again, 1, 2, 3, relax, and keep going. If you feel it's too easy, you can go with your hip a little bit more to the front. Remember not to compensate, and keep going. Breathe in when you are putting your chest out, breathe out to relax. Okay, then now we're gonna go to the other side. So with your other arm, remember not to arch your lower back and not to rotate your upper body, because those will be some compensations. So fist close in this position. We want to go a little bit further with the hip in the front, and breathe in, breathe out to relax a little bit, and go back to the position again. This is the first exercise of 4 exercises that we are going to be doing in the beginning, which are more like stretching exercises. And it's also really important in these 4 exercises that you see if in one of them you feel more stiff than in the other ones, because if you feel more stiffness in one of them, then you should focus on that one. Now we're gonna go the broomstick with the chair, and then I'm gonna hold it this way. Try not to go out like this, so in like this, elbows on the chair at the edge, and try to stretch opening like this. Now make sure your lower back doesn't arch like it's my back right now, so engage your core and push down. Now you wanna reach down with your chest. Now when we are doing this, try to move the stick right and left. Like this, you're gonna add some rotation on the exercise. So pushing down and moving the stick right and left. Remember, it's an active exercise, so you really need to be pushing yourself all the time. It's not a relaxed position. Now you're gonna lay on the side, this way. We don't need the stick at the moment. You want to lay like this. We are gonna go for internal rotation. So you wanna reach the floor with your fist. You will see that it doesn't go that much. Maybe if you have good internal rotation, you can go more. Then with the other hand, you push a little bit for around 5 seconds, and then let it go back up. Push with your muscles down as much as you can, and support with the other one for around 5 seconds. And come back. Keep going like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So guys, I am letting a lot of break in between the exercises because I want to be explaining everything that we are doing. But while I am explaining, you can keep doing the exercise. In this exercise, now we go to the other side. I also like to use a block just to rest my head so that your neck is completely relaxed. And then we're gonna go now with the other side. I try to go as much as I can, pushing my internal rotation, and I support with the other hand for around 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go and come back. Push, push, push by yourself, then support with the other one. A little bit more down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. Repeat. Down, pushing with your muscles. You cannot go anymore. Push with the other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release, and one more time. Down, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Now we're gonna do something really similar, but instead of internal rotation, we're gonna work into external rotation. For that, you can use the broomstick again in case you need to support to go more down. For example, in my case, my external rotation is actually not too bad, so I can actually come all the way down. But if you cannot come all the way down, you can support with the other hand like this with the stick, just to push a little bit more pressure and stretch it all the way down. Now, I will be showing in the video another variation that you can do it, for example, laying on your bed or on the sofa, in order to be able to go more down and go even more into external rotation, because the floor is not gonna be stopping you. Remember that you are engaged in your core all the time, even when you are doing it in this position, to don't arch your lower back. Okay, we're gonna get ready to do the other side. As I showed you before, you can also do it in a sofa or on your bed to get even more range of movement in case you already have good external rotation. Now, in my left side, I actually have weaker external rotation, so maybe you will see the difference. You see how now I am having struggles to go down here, and in the other side, I could go down completely. Okay, now I managed to do it. Make sure your lower back is always touching the floor and not that it goes like this, because otherwise it will be compensating. So this is way easier than when I keep my lower back all the time touching the floor. Here I could support with the broomstick to use a stretch to the end of the range of movement. Okay, now we're gonna go with the cat and cow position, but I want you to focus more in the upper body and not that much in your hip. Try to keep your hip neutral, so engage your core, and you're only gonna push your shoulders down. So we don't go like this with the hip, we try to keep it neutral as much as possible and only pushing the shoulders down. And now bring them up into a retraction, but I am not doing this with my butt. I am keeping it more or less neutral, and I push down. So you focus only in the shoulder movement and not in the hip movement. And shoulders up again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It shouldn't be a relaxed position. You really wanna squeeze your upper back. And now push down again into a protraction. Push, push, push the floor. And let's go one more time to a retraction. Okay, for the next exercise, we're gonna do a snow angel. So we are laying completely on the floor. And then we want to start somewhere in the front with the thumbs up. Then you're gonna lift them up. Don't arch your back, so engage your core and go all the way around as much as possible with the thumbs up. Somewhere here, you start rotating into an internal rotation, go above your back and come back. Okay, for the next exercise, we are gonna use one of the yoga blocks. We're gonna go into a plank position with the straight arms. One is gonna be on the yoga block. Then as you can see now, this shoulder is higher up in a retraction. Then I'm gonna push it to a protraction like this. So, let's go. Start. Push. Hold it up for around 3 seconds and come back down. Engage your core, engage everything so you are not moving your back. Only your shoulder is in a retraction, and push it to a protraction. 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 Okay, that one was harder than I expected. Now we go to the left side. So remember, you want to be doing this movement. Retraction, so let your scapula go back, and protraction, push your scapula, your shoulder, like you are pushing against the floor all the time. So get ready and let's go. Push for around 3 seconds and come back down. Let's go for one more rep. Okay. Whew. The next exercise is going to be external rotations with the blocks. I'm going to be showing 2 variations. The first variation is when the elbows are on the blocks. This is the easier variation. And in this, we go with the blocks around shoulder height, your feet closed, and you want to raise your feet as high as you can. Remember to engage your core, to don't arch your back. You hold it up for around 2 seconds and come back down. Now, if this is too easy for you, you move the blocks where your hands are, and then you're gonna start from the blocks. This makes us start already a little bit into external rotation, so we have to push even more into an advanced position. That's why it's harder. So you want to start here and push up, 1, 2, and down, and keep going. Before going to the next exercise, I just want to mention, be careful in this exercise not to move your wrist like this, because that's also another compensation. This needs to keep flat when you go up like this. Okay, for the next exercise, we're gonna do a side plank, but it's a special side plank. So you're starting a normal plank position. You put one of the blocks to the side like this, and then with the hand that is in the other side, I'm gonna go in and push the block away as much as I can and come back up into a side plank. Try to reach as much far as you can to the side and go up into a side plank. Whew. Okay, so get ready to the other side. I really want you, when you go in and you go to reach the block, that you really try to go as much in as possible and try to push the block also, not only with reaching with your arm, but with pushing your shoulder blade out to try to reach even more far away. So get ready, let's go. This is hard. For the next exercise, reverse tabletop, we try to point the fingers back this way. Then when you go up, try to don't arch your lower back, but your upper back can stand, like bringing the chest out every time. Try to go up for around 2 seconds and come back down. Can you bring me the towel, please? Fast. Okay guys, for the next exercise we're gonna lay on the side. You can use a block for a pillow. Then you are here. You can relax your neck. Put your knees more or less into a 90-degree angle on the hip and on the knees, and then one arm is completely to the side like this, and the other goes all the way, trying to reach in the other side. Now it's really important that your knees doesn't separate from the floor, and this hand also doesn't separate from the floor. Go from here all the way, trying to touch the floor on the other side. You will see in my case how with the other arm I have a lot of difference. And it's also important that if you see that you have some differences in one side according to the other side, it means you have a disbalance or unbalance, and that's a sign that you have to work more on your shoulder joint. Okay, we're gonna get ready to the other side, and I think you will notice how in my case you can see a big difference from how far I can reach to the side. So let's go. So here I am already doing a lot of effort, and you can see how in the other side I could go deeper down, and I was really trying to push as much as I could, which you should do every rep. Every time that you are in the end of the position, you should try to push more and more and more. So guys, I know that it was a lot of talking in this video, but as I said from the beginning, training your joints for more healthy joint, for more mobile and stable joint is not the same as training for your muscles, like to lift more weight or to get bigger muscles. So that's why it's important that you really understand how you are doing the movements, and that's why I talk a lot. I think when you watch this video for the first time, you need to put a lot of attention, but if you save this video and watch it again and do it again, you will already know how to do the exercises, so you don't need to be putting attention in everything of what I say, and instead you can just do the exercises, and then it is gonna even feel better. Well, I don't know, I feel like actually I really work my shoulders out, and even I sweat a lot, but I don't know if it was the combination of doing the exercises and talking at the same time. But yeah, generally it's really good to do this kind of exercises for your shoulder joint, and that's gonna allow you to do the other exercises like I mentioned before, like pull-ups, dips, push-ups, chin-ups, etc. with better form. So guys, I hope that you like it. Remember to give a like in the video, because in the other videos I have good views, but I'm not getting that much like, so just press the button that is down there, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and then we see us in the next video. Ciao. Wow, that was amazing.